Hi, welcome to Rejola's Rise in Business Wisdom. This is Thomas from Rejola IT Services, and we help business organizations grow to customize business software solutions. Today I have Mr. Venkat, who is from AVMR Consulting, and Mr. Venkat has been in the industry, various industries. In fact, he has worked both in India and abroad for more than close to 2 decades now.
Yes.
2 decades, and he's worked in different industries over a period of last 2 decades. And now what he does is that he accumulates all the experiences that he's had in different departments and different industries, and now he provides services in creating processes for organizations, in creating standard operating procedures for organizations, even gets into a very deep level of consulting for various organizations and helps organizations to grow. Mr. Venkat, thank you very much for giving this opportunity to talk to you.
Thank you, Thomas. I would like to say that it should be from my side, because thanks for giving an opportunity to explain my views and what I do.
Would you like to tell a little about your business?
Yeah, well, I started my career in '92 as a software programmer, and I came through a different growth in my life, and I joined a consulting company where I was doing software consulting for our clients, and I found there is a gap when I work with the small medium enterprises. Whenever they go for a software ERP systems, I see the customers' expectation is just to adhere the process in the systems, the software, and they want to go ahead without having any such process, which leads either into disaster or not using the system. So what I found is there is a gap. I see there is a major gap in the process at the client place, where they don't have anything solid to say, okay, this is what is my process. I need to see how the system works as per my process. So in majority of the client, let's say if I go meet 10 clients, out of 10, 8 is having this problem. They don't have process at all, and they simply want to adhere the process, the system's process, and do it. So how we help the customer? We help them to understand what is the as-is situation of their business process. Like as-is, like we take one department as an example, and we'll explain them how they perform, how they execute the complete process. Even if it is a flaw, we make them to understand what is the as-is. Is highlight. So we also suggest them the best industry practice, what should be there in case of this process, and how it is going to benefit. See, some customers are willing to change it immediately, but still we do an impact analysis. By changing it, what will be the impact? Because we want to ensure that customer is aware about the impact, because there are certain processes which they follow it for many years. The moment we are changing it, it is not so easy even for the management to accept it. Obviously, not resistance, they have the practical difficulty. Let's say, for example, without PO, I don't supply any material. That's the process we want to bring. What happens is, that client may be doing business with this person for 1 decade. Okay, this person will say, I will send you, just give me. No, I cannot go and insist. This customer cannot go and insist, because we have a process, send a PO and do it. So we have to do that. We'll have to say, okay, that customer also, you have to say, no sir, we need a PO to send a material. So all these things, this transition will happen. It takes its own time, depending upon the management, the customer, the employee is there, because they are also the key resource for this implementation, without which we cannot.
Okay. So what you do is you go into an existing organization and you help them transform their entire processes.
Exactly.
And it also involves a little bit of behavioral change also.
Oh, absolutely. What happens is, the process is, it's not only giving a documentation, right? It is also an implementation. When I do an implementation, let's say for a sales process, let's say we create a process for a front desk. Okay, when we say front desk, we'll tell them how to receive a customer, the prospect. Okay, so how to greet them, how to talk with them. So eventually that will change in the behavioral management of the employees.
Typically, how long does your one assignment, let's say you've taken up the transformation of one organization, let's say with 50 people working there, for how many days do you stay with them, handhold them?
Okay.
You typically?
Okay, see, we give them a two option. One is we always create any project into two phases. One is the documentation phase, another one is an implementation phase. Okay, documentation phase typically it takes 2 months time, 2 to 3 months time, and implementation another 3 months time.
Documentation you also observe, and then you come up with the.
Yes, we give them a first cut, we'll ask them to review, we'll add the inputs, review it. It's kind of a Bible that will keep on, getting revised. That's a never-ending document which gets improvised then and there as and when we find. Let's say there is a loophole we find, so that will be updated, passed in the book, and we'll give them a revised version. That will happen. And for the next 3 months, we help them to set up things, implement. On the job, we go in person, we'll sit there, we'll help them to set up everything, we'll monitor.
So when you say in person, you're saying actually one person sits in the office.
Exactly. From my team, people will go, sit there, assist the people, and they will monitor it. And day to day they take a process. They say this is they make sure that the people follow the process, because when they are used to the other system, when there is a change in the system, it may not happen immediately. It takes little time. So we help them to push it, ensure that they follow the new system.
So how do you handle when a particular team member or a particular department do not adopt the new processes that we bring in? How do you handle this?
See,
because I'm sure it's not.
Obviously 90% it happens actually, but what we do is, even before getting into the project, we meet all the stakeholders, we meet all the employees. So we explain them why this initiative, what is the purpose of
They
it.
also understand.
Absolutely. We want to give equal importance to them, because more than a management, they are going to help us in implementing the system. It's not the management who is going to punch the invoice. In fact, that the salesperson who is sitting in the in the front office, the sales desk, he is going to do it. Counter sales bar. See, if we want to have a billing happen, let's say we want to have the customer should go with bill only. We cannot educate the management people. We'll have to educate the counter sales boy, ensure that. So we want to give equal importance, so that the first call we'll have it with the entire team, ensure why this initiative. Because initially when we go and meet the people, what happens, they see as a threat always.
Correct.
Then downside, then we always made it an habit. We talk with the people, ensure that we get into their level, and we'll bring them to our comfort level, ensure that everything's, then only we start the project. The first few days or few weeks will go for that only. We want to ensure that they are in a very comfort level, obviously setting our expectations, and not more than expectations, they have to come to our comfort level. That is very important. So we do that, and then only we'll start. Yes, exactly.
So now you've been an entrepreneur for how many years?
Say 5 years.
In the last 5 years, I'm sure every day or every month there would have been some problems, some challenges,
Absolutely.
some, hurdles that you have passed. And 5 years is an amazing journey for an entrepreneur. If people say if you cross 3 years, it's the first hurdle, then 5 years is the next one.
Absolutely.
What are the top 3 challenges or problems that you have faced in your entrepreneurial journey, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, first is giving solutions. See, the scope of work. See, I'm from operations background, right? So what happens is, whenever customer talks, right, I give solution across the table. What happens is, the customer may come to me, they may not. I lose the prospect, I may not. Then I have understood, okay, first I need to get into a contract, right? Then I'll start providing a solution. That is one way, because I have lost a lot of prospects like that.
And they have implemented what you have suggested.
Absolutely.
Never came to you as a business.
Correct. So,
and another thing is, probably they wouldn't have even got the total benefit out of what you could do.
that is secondary, but still, for them, okay, instead of paying this much amount, okay, I've done it on my own. That's okay. So it's a giver's gain. I'm okay with it. So I get a lot of business because of that. So that shouldn't be a problem. So second challenge is the collection of, obviously everybody has that problem, and the payment, all these steps. And I changed my strategy, and instead of retainership, I went to a one-time advance payment on this thing, and slowly it is catching up and it's working. That is
Any other challenges that you faced that you overcome?
Well, again, the customer's vendor. Okay, I have a problem. I faced a problem with the customer's vendor also. Sometimes they, let's take a software developer or software vendor for the customer. They see me as a competitor without even understanding what I do. Again, I need to educate them.
We work together more.
You have that kind of a maturity and understanding because the way you work, I know. Because first, even somebody you feel as a competitor, first you try to understand what they do and see the possibility of collaborating. Then only you see. So, that's why you are always success, and we are working together. But in some cases, what I see is the people looking at me as a competitor, and I say I'm not into development. That's not my core area. I don't do it. Though I'm a developer, so I don't do it. So in fact, I compliment. And those challenges now, after several years, I understood how to handle those people. So handling more than the management, handling these vendors, handling the customer, the employees at the client place is easy for me now.
What is one top advice you would like to give to the audience or to the fellow entrepreneurs out there? What is one top advice that you would like to give them for them to win, for them to make it good?
See, my company tagline, if you see, it is from here to where, right? Have a vision for your growth, right? Have a process and system in place. Ensure that it reaches from here to where. Where do you want to go? Please have a clear vision and have systems, process to support it to achieve this vision. Don't go by I'm okay now, so I will continue to reach it. It doesn't go that way, because not necessarily the same formula what you have applied to achieve 10 crore may work for achieving 50 crores.
So have a clear vision.
Yes, vision is very important. Without vision, you will end up at nowhere.
There are many similar organizations out there who might give business consultancy or product consultancy. What is it that you provide differently to your customers? That one or two unique propositions that you bring to your customers that they come to you? Because I have seen few of your testimonials, video testimonials and all that, and then I have seen, in fact, I have worked with you on a few projects, and I have seen that the customers have appreciated you and it's been a good experience for me. So what is that one or two unique things that you bring to a customer, value add to a customer?
Okay, few things for your thing is, since I'm from IT background, right? So I help them to, as a value addition, I help them to set up, streamline their complete IT systems, right? So though it is not part of our scope, but I do it as a value addition so that the customer is so happy, and I make them to understand the effective utilization of resources, the software resources. Like, let's say if they are using Excel, okay, so I help them to streamline work. And in fact, just to share, in one of my client place, one employee, they said, I know Excel everything, right? And later I understood he is talking about max, min, function, sum. I told him it is even more than that, right? So I help them to design a dashboard, simplified work, all these stuffs. I help the people so that they see a lot of value addition I do other than the scope of work. So now these days, the customer, even though I'm not working with few customers, still they call me and ask for suggest my recommendation. Okay, is that okay to go ahead with this and all these things? In fact, even people calling me for Windows and MS Office installation, I'm doing it for them.
Okay. So you are like any challenge they have, okay, like we call Mr.Venkat, probably he can find a solution for us.
Absolutely. And of course, people like you around me, if I don't know the solution, probably I'll call you either one of you and get the solution. That's it.
But we've been working together for quite some time now. So, what are the top one or two qualities that you like about Rejola IT, sir?
Even if you're not asked this question, I would have told you this. Okay, the best part to work with Thomas of Rejola, okay, he always listen to understand, not listen to reply. That's the major thing which I've seen from other vendor to him. Whenever I say something, because we worked on a very big project, and he knows the complete development of that system, but still I was giving him lot of suggestions, everything. He was patiently listening to it, and he has given us a feedback. And what happened is the system has come up well, and the customer able to get the fullest benefit of the system. I always tell people, okay, there will always be a gap. The vendor who doesn't understand the potential of the technology or the system, what happens is they will try to push what they want, what they have and what they know. But when it comes to Thomas, even if he doesn't know, right, he will try to understand and he will learn. So the best habit which I want to learn from Thomas is he reads book regularly and he learns things which I don't follow, and he will implement it. And the most beauty part is he will not take months or weeks. He will get back to us in 1 or 2 days. That's the beauty part. And it comes with I would say it comes without a price tag. That's the beauty of it.
Thank you very much, and thank you all for listening. And if you have any questions you would like to ask Mr. Venkat, please do put in the comments. I will be tagging Mr. Venkat also along the post. And if you want to get in touch with him, you can directly get on his profile or get in touch with us. We'll put in touch you with Mr. Venkat. And any organizational help you want to scale up your business, or you want to add a new product line, or you want to transform your operation, anything that you're looking at, one point contact us, Mr. Venkat, for all your business consultation requirements. Thank you very much for watching, and like and share the video. Thank you. Bye, and have a great day.
Thank you, Thomas. Thanks for the wonderful opportunity, and wishing you all the business entrepreneurs a great financial year ahead. Thank you so much.